But when you're in the presence of greatness, you've got to give credit where credit is due.
Spinning, twirling, scoring, Steve Nash.
He is some player. He is some
A
basketball.
two-time NBA MVP, an 8-time All-Star, been to the Olympics for Team Canada, a legend, and actually the picture of what any basketball player in Canada would want to be like. Steve Nash, what's up, my guy?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
His time, finds Nash, puts up a three, and got it!
If you're a real basketball fan in Canada, you want to see Canada in the Olympics. What do you think of our chances, man?
Well, there's still a chance. I think the game's grown so much. We have second most NBA players in the world. I think we're going into this NBA season with 15 guaranteed contracts, which is insane. This summer has been a big disappointment, obviously, as far as a lot of NBA players backing out. It's hard for me to relate, and that's why I don't judge the guys at all, is because I didn't grow up like they do. The culture now is to go and work out with an individual trainer. I didn't have a trainer. I go to the park and shoot on my own when I was MVP.
Right.
It's just a different culture, so I can't relate, and in many ways it's better. But playing for your national team, playing in the Olympic Games or in the World Cup, in some ways I believe it's lost a little bit of its luster, and we have to find a way to make that important.
Nash weaving the other way, rollicking down the lane, throws it
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they should get paid?
A lot of the countries around the world pay the players. We don't really have the budget for that. I don't think that matters for these guys. They're making plenty of money, at least the NBA guys that turned it down. And one of the things that, we try to do was make the program for the players. And we've grown so much in that capacity. When I played on the national team, the program was trying to make ends meet somehow. So we were able to raise the level of what we could provide for them. Incredible performance staff, better accommodations, better travel, better schedule in general. And so the program's grown a long way and come a long way as far as allowing it to be a program that provides and supports the players. But these guys get support from their NBA teams, that is at the highest level possible. I think it's more about how can we culturally make this something that they love and that they own and that they want to represent. I played for my national team, played for Canada for over a decade. When I got into my 30s, I stopped playing for the national team because I wanted to have as much longevity in the NBA as I could, and I wouldn't have played till I was 40 if I'd have played for the national team every summer. But I did play, during my 20s, and it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot early in my development, and it meant a lot late to represent my country. And I also had this bond and this brotherhood with my teammates, and to play in an Olympics or even to play in a World Cup or an Olympic qualifying event where you're with your teammates for 6 weeks, you're playing a tournament that, back in those days we played like 10 games in 11 days, like in Puerto Rico or Argentina. Those are experiences that it doesn't sound great, but once you experience them, they're unforgettable memories and opportunity. And so that brotherhood will go on forever. And I've still, feel a kinship to all the players that I played with on this team. And many of us are still very close. So
ideally, early in their careers, we got a really strong team at a young age right now.
And we have a lot of young players coming up. So we can continually field a young team. The key is fielding a young team that has some experience and that has played together for a few years.
Nash recovers, shot clock down to 2, down to 1, the teardrop, yes! Steve Nash!
Well, for a lot of the Canadian basketball players coming up, you've done what they've wanted to do. You're a 2-time MVP. You've played at the highest level. So what you have to say would have some merit. So when you come in contact with them, do you say anything about it, or what do you say?
I'm always here to mentor the young players, and advise. I wasn't directly involved this summer, but I think at the outset of the summer, I had the hope and wish that we'd see, a team that was going to be cutting NBA players. We've developed a ton of talent in Canada. We've had a lot of them coming out to play every summer the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. All of a sudden, though, this summer, for whatever reason, we took a step back. And these young players today, they have so much access. They've accomplished so much so early. They have so many people pulling them in different directions. They have so much opportunity. And to be fair, I was growing up in a generation where playing for your national team was such a big opportunity, such an important opportunity, and the culture slightly changed. It doesn't mean as much, I don't think, as it did playing for your national team, playing in a World Cup, even playing in an Olympics than when I was a kid. because that was it. There wasn't all these other options. They all play with superstars in the NBA, so they have this access that in some ways is far greater than the access I had, and so I can't necessarily judge or relate. Somehow we have to find a way for them to take collective ownership of it, and for it to be theirs, and for them to find a way to push each other to come and experience it once together. You know, playing in the Olympics for me in 2000 was the best experience of my career. It's so unique to play in Olympic Games with all the other sports and athletes from all over the world, and on that platform to play for your country. So I think nowadays there's so many things, you know, and these kids, they wake up and the whole world is on their phone. And so it's a totally different experience for them, and it's an issue that I think we have to think long and hard about, and we have to ask them, what's it going to take for this to be important for you guys?